G'day and welcome to Aussievision and welcome to our weekly national final preview show. Now we have three countries who will be selecting the entries this weekend. They are Italy, Finland and Latvia. Now in this video, we'll be only previewing Finland and Latvia. Italy's Eurovision selection show, Sanremo, will be covered by the wonderful Liv from the Aussievision team in a separate video during the week. Check out her amazing content on Sanremo as she really goes crazy with it. It's worth checking out. So with Finland's UMK and Latvia Supernova, we'll be going through some of the favourites, the talking points and our predictions. Joining me today is Hayley, Laura and Kyle.
Hi.
Okay, let's start with UMK, which has become one of the Eurovision fandom's favourite national finals very recently. That will take place on Saturday evening and Sunday morning in Australia. And we're going to start with one of the favourites. It is Sara Cipolla with Pascana. Thinking of starting with you, Laura, what do you think of Pascana?
I think it's a really raw, emotional ballad with very instant appeal, some relatable lyrics, even though she's basically saying, I'm an effing wreck. I'm sure that's something that a lot of people can relate to. There's potential there for a very strong live performance and overall package, which could be enough to take the win. Look, I don't think it necessarily has the same lightning in a bottle feel that, say, Cha 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 did last year, but I don't think anything in this year's lineup necessarily does. So now's the time to say there's something strong that will make the final, and that's a win for Finland before perhaps regrouping for next year when the comparison to Cha 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 is less likely to be drawn.
Now, Kyle, did you have any comments about the entry?
I don't think, like I agree with Laura. While there is, I agree with Laura that I think there isn't anyone in this UMK field that could maybe go one better and emulate Kyriakos from last year. But if the Finns' aim is to get more jury points, which, let's face it, was the only thing stopping them from taking it all last year, that and Loreen. Sarah is definitely the best bet for that. She will get jury points for this song. It is raw. It's well produced. It's a fantastic number. I just hope it doesn't get swallowed up in a field of lots of female entries that could come. But no, she's definitely put together a fantastic song, and you can see why she's the favourite.
Yeah, Pascana was my 12 points when we did our rankings. I love it a lot. I listen to it a lot. To me, the production reminds me a little bit of Tattoo in parts. And the song is so emotional. The chorus is super catchy, and I'm really looking forward to her performance. And she's one of the favorites. She's the favorite with 43% with the odds, with the chance of winning. The other favorite is Cyan Kicks, and I'm going to start with you, Hayley. I know you love this one.
Yeah, I do. I love their last one. Was it the year that 2021? I would have preferred for them to win that year. I like this song. It's punchy. It's got a lot of power to it. I also see some really incredible staging possibilities. And most of all, Finland send rock. This is what they do. This is what they should continue doing, because that's what voters know. Finland sends rock. And I think it'd be nice after the second go for Cyan Kicks to go. And, you know, it is just as good a song as 2021. So, yeah, I really want them to win.
Now, if I'm not wrong, Kyle, I'm pretty sure you had this as your 12 points.
That is correct. That one is definitely correct. Yeah, look, I mean, like Hayley, you know, I'm a rock boy, and look, these guys have definitely got a very, very slick song. You look at the staging that they've done, and you know, what they put together in the video, and it's just you only think what they could maybe churn out on Sunday morning. Yeah, I mean, I hope that I would not be unhappy if they go as well. I'm just worried that maybe Sarah or one of the other ones, which we'll talk about later, might just get a little bit more of an edge over them. But I agree with Hayley that this is a safer and a more stereotypical Finnish choice if Siren Kicks are able to get up on Sunday morning.
Laura, did you have anything to contribute about Dancing with Demons?
Well, I know Finland love their rock entries, and that's really awesome to see a country get behind perhaps one of the genres that isn't as showcased as widely in Europe. But how many times can you send the same thing? It's one of those things where some countries have to be careful not to pull the same trick too many times in a row in case people might get sick of it. But I think it's a really strong song, but I think perhaps one of the other ones would be a better choice for them at Eurovision.
You do have some good points there, Laura. I do think for me, it's one of the most radio friendly out of the lineup. Like I could really picture that one being played on Australian radio. The chorus is super punchy. It does remind me of Paramore as well. And I wouldn't mind if it won, to be honest. It would not bother me at all. Now, we don't have much time to talk about all the competing entries, but are there any other ones that you like to mention? Now, Laura, I know we haven't talked about your favorite yet.
Oh, so my favorite is actually Kori Mua by Sydney Sabotage. I can just see that one popping off at Euroclub. It is just so fun, so dancey. Reminds me almost of those like mid-2000s kind of dance songs that were on like a lot of Ministry of Sound compilations back in the day. It's just right up my alley. And I know it's probably not everyone's favorite, but it's my favorite. And I love it.
Carl, did you have one you wanted to mention?
Yeah, I think the dark horse is the Vox Populi boys, Mikkel Gabriel and Nublu. I'll be honest, I've played that song more than any of the others in the lead up to this competition. And it's got, I mean, I know we said we don't maybe want to replicate Karia again in this year, and Finland probably wouldn't want to do that, but this is the most Karia sounding track, I think, out of the lot. That chorus is just awesome. And the fact that there is not only a Finnish rapper and an Estonian rapper in there, if Finland want to lock up the 12 points from Estonia, this is a good way to go about it. So I'd say watch them. I think they're a bit of a dark horse, especially given both of them are pretty popular in their respective countries.
Yeah, the one I wanted to talk about was the same one as you, Vox Populi. You took all my points pretty much. I also think they're the dark horse. And I also think, in a way, the song is in vein with Cha 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 to some extent. And it has really grown on me over the last few weeks. So they may surprise everyone. And they are second in the odds with 23% chance of winning. Not that that really matters. We've seen lots of surprises this Eurovision season already. Okay, so it's crunch time. Who do you think is going to win UMK? Now, not who you want to win, but who you think will win. Hayley, I'm going to start with you.
I'm going to say Siren Kicks.
That's fine.
I think
Laura.
I've just jinxed them.
Laura?
Look, I know the odds favorite is Paskana, but I know if last weekend's results are anything to go by, the odds actually haven't been too successful. So my pick for the win is Vox Populi because Mikkel Gabriel is very popular in Finland. Likewise, Nublu is really, really, really popular in Estonia. I know popular Estonian artists have flopped before at UMK. Sorry to my name twin. But Mikkel Gabriel and Nublu have collaborated on a number of occasions before to great success in both Finland and Estonia. And provided that their live performance isn't too messy, I think they could pull the upset.
And Carl, who do you think will win?
My heart says Siren Kicks or Vox Populi, but my head says Sarah.
Okay.
And Windows 95 Man will come second, last, or last.
Covering it all there. For me, as much as I love Sara Sipola's song, I'm actually going to go with Mikkel Gabriel and Nublu. I do think they're going to be the surprise winner for some people, at least, I'm sure. Okay, next up is Latvia with their national final, which is Supernova, which is also happening this Saturday night. Now, I'm going to start with you, Laura. You are our Supernova expert. You've been covering it for a very long time. Who are one of the favourites?
So one of the really big favourites, the favourite in the odds and a lot of other metrics, I dare say, is Hollow by Dons. It's a really accessible song, really quite radio friendly. If you imagine that sort of like, if you imagine like a more Imagine Dragons-y, Bastille-ish sort of ballad, it's got, you can hear it on the radio. It's similar lyrical themes to some of the other songs in the lineup, but something to take note of is it did lead the televote by a significant margin in the semi-final. It has a good running order draw. Dons is a very capable vocalist and he's a very, very big name in Latvia. He's come runner-up in Supernova at least once before. Yes, I think there might be some concerns about his stage presence and his costume choice, like kind of looks like he just escaped prison. But those are some things that can be changed or tweaked or improved before Malmö.
Hayley, do you have anything to say about Hollow?
Yeah, what you just said about stage presence and the outfit concerns me. He looks like he sort of just grabbed whatever was near the door when he ran out to do the show. But you know that this is easy fixed. But he's it's a beautiful song, and seems to be one hell of a vocalist. So I guess there's a reason why he's sitting up the top of the odds.
And Kyle, do you have anything to say about Dons?
Yeah, well, as you can see, he is the clear favourite, and the staging, you know, with all the clouds and everything, I think was a pretty good fit, and they could really elevate that. If he goes on to win, I think it's the first big challenger for Sinan from France in terms of that male vocalist vote for the finalists we have this year. But yeah, the song's pleasant enough. I can see probably if they elevate it and get some momentum about it, it could be a really good choice for Latvia. Yeah.
Yeah, I also think that I love his unique vocals. They're very unique. And when the song elevates, I think he absolutely delivers. So I can see why this is the favorite. It does remind me of Amina's entry from Eurovision 2014. I am not going to say his name, but it does. There's no dubstep, but there's just some feel about it that reminds me of Not Alone. So I would be absolutely shocked if he doesn't win, but this is Supernova. Laura, do you have another favorite?
So one that I think could be becoming a bit of a dark horse recently is Kur by Vestulis. So it's been charting recently in Latvia, and it's really lovely little song. There's two young, really talented artists. It has sort of like a really chill vibe about it. And it's getting appreciated, I think, by a lot of the younger Eurovision fans. However, it is first in the running order, and I do think Dons' song has a bit more of that instant appeal and that memorability.
Yeah, Kurt is sitting like second in the odds, but Dons has like 73% chance of winning, and they have 7%. Hayley, did you have anything to say?
Yeah, I really like the Curse song as well, actually. When I've set the national final playlist on just random, that song's always coming back as one I personally enjoy. The song that is really popping for me is Mindbreaker. I find that super catchy. But that talking section of the song, it reminds me of Bugs Bunny. I'm struggling to move past it. But that is probably my favorite of the songs, to be honest. Okay. I initially liked the Cat song, but I'm wearing down on that. And yeah, I think the Cat song has a potential to possibly win this thing as a bit of a sort of come from sideways and take it all out. I guess it depends who's watching, doesn't it?
Well, Carl, do you have anything to say about Kerr?
No, not
No,
really.
no.
But I will say that I will say I don't know if that leapt out to me as much as the cat song. Let's face it. It's not as good as a novelty banger as Banana from Malta.
Yeah.
Matt Black was robbed. But you know, I did watch this back and I thought the staging was actually really well done. From Katrina Gapalo, is that how we say her name?
Yep.
I think it is. Yeah, she look, I think she executed that really, really well. Whether, you know, it really just depends if Latvia wants to go with the Power Man ballad or they think they could maybe have a better success with a novelty track. And if they do think that they might have a bit of a chance with that, then she could be purring to Malmo. Who knows? But the other one I would say that could be a dark horse, there's a guy, Edvards, I think his name is, with Rock and Roll Supernova. I don't know much about the song. I don't know if it's the best, but I think he has a bit of fun appeal that could earn him a fair few tally votes. So I'd say watch out for him as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can I just add to that? I've got down two songs I've had to think about the songs I think would qualify from a semi-final and Malmo into the grand final. And the two that I've written down is the cat song. Because, you know, kids are going to be watching. And also the country song. Even though I'm not a fan of country music, that would really pop against some of the other songs. And I see those two as the ones most likely to qualify, maybe. I could be wrong.
I just want to say about the cat song. I think I've heard people talk about maybe playing it to the cats and all that kind of stuff. And my cat didn't care for it.
Tonight.
Yeah, my cat actually didn't care for it. I find the song is very, very soft. I'm sorry, Hayley and Carl, but yeah, it's got a sick beat, but the rest can just be tossed into the kitty litter tray for all I'm concerned.
It's very rude, Kyriakos.
I told my mate to check it out as well, to play it to his cat, and he hasn't got back to me. So there you go. Results probably on par with what you're saying, Kiri.
Laura, did you want to talk about the cat song, or are there any other entries that you'd like to mention?
Absolutely. I want to talk about the cat song. I mean, it would be very, very iconic if it was in Eurovision. Has really fun staging. I know Latvia have done well with some novelty televote bait in the past. Think Wolves of the Sea, you know, the Pirates they sent in 2008. But in this competition, I think more countries are going to lean towards the televote bait, which will make this perhaps less likely to stand out. That being said, it is probably one of my personal favourites in this competition.
Are there any other ones, Laura, that you think might stand out on the night?
Yeah, I think one of the ones that has the potential to stand out is TikTok by Saint Levita. It's very audiovisually arresting performance. There's like 3 different costume changes. There's so many different switch ups in genre, from like pop to like trap to EDM, and the lyrics just, when I heard them for the first time, it just made me question everything. It just captured you. It just captured me. I just think that it could perhaps grab people's attention like that. And another one I'd like to mention is Mine by Ave. It's a bit of I think people are sleeping on this one a little bit. It's a very well performed, good quality pop song, but personally, I don't think it's the most competitive choice for Latvia in this current Eurovision lineups. You've got countries that usually struggle to qualify, like Malta, with perhaps a stronger song already in Sarah Bonici's Loop. And Georgia looked to be going the same way with Nutsa. So personally, I think if they chose Hollow, that could stand out a bit more in that semi-final.
Yeah, I had mine as the one I wanted to talk about as well. Yeah, I thought it was really catchy. I really do like the staging and the choreo. As an overall package, I think there is something there. But then when I think about it in terms of Eurovision and Malmo, yeah, I'm not too sure how that would actually go. Okay, the all-important question: who do you think will win Supernova? And again, who you think will win, not who you want to win. Hayley.
Dons.
Dons. Laura.
Dons, it's his to lose.
And Kyle.
Doms.
Yeah, Dons for me as well. So it looks like a clean sweep from us today. Now, this weekend, we'll also have national finals from Sweden and Lithuania, but we'll be talking about those ahead of their final shows. Thank you to the team for your insights and predictions. Let us know in the comments on who you think will be representing Finland and Latvia Eurovision 2024. Thank you for joining us, and catch us again soon. See ya.
Bye.
Cheers.
See you later.